Like legit, when I first saw it, I was like, yo, this is not real. This cannot literally be serious. Like, how do you go from sneakers to blood and you decide like, no, it would be best to combine the two together? Like, how do you make that jump? And I'm just kind of like, dang, like, y'all really for real out here? And the most important thing is not even that the shoes were made, it's that the shoes were made and they sold out. Like, y'all really wanted to elevate your wardrobe like that bad. Y'all really were like, you know what? I need to fix up my sneaker game. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get me bloody shoes. Like, literally. This is crazy to me. It is so wild. So wild. Hello, welcome back to That Fitness. I'm your girl Benny, and today I'm so excited to be bringing you this hash brown quesadilla recipe that I've been so excited to share with you. It is so good, it is so creamy, and it is also vegan for some of us that are looking to cut out meat or like cut out, dairy products from our everyday meals. This is definitely a good option that you can try out. It was so good, and I promise you, it may have taken a while to make. Don't get me wrong, it took me a second. We had, some things happening all over the place, but we recorded the video and it was totally worth it. And this is something that I encourage you to make maybe whenever you have a little bit more time, because it did take a second. If you have like a free hour or so during your weekend, this is definitely a meal that you can try out. It was so good. And by the title of this video, you can also tell that we're going to be talking a little bit about this whole bloody shoe situation going on in the internet. I took a poll and a lot of you did say that you would like me to talk about different things myself or just like random topics. So we're going to be talking about this from like the perspective of like, artists, like, right? Should there be like limits? What is the difference between like just weird things versus like, artistic expression? Like, should we have like guidelines? Should we like draw the lines between like, using human blood like in sneakers? Like, what are we really like doing as far as that? So we're going to be talking about it from that angle. If you're excited for this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, come on, like, look at this. I'm giving you fabulousness, I'm giving you shoulders, I'm giving you like everything. So just go ahead and subscribe, okay? Show your girl some love, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, go ahead and chop up peppers and onions. Then you're gonna go ahead and use these carrots. They're already like shredded. We're gonna be using like half a cup of them. Then we have about 3 potatoes, and we're just gonna use the little thingy. What is it called? Like grater? I don't know. Just use that side. It's like smash your potatoes. It should look like something like this by the time you're done. And then we're gonna go ahead and use these like peppers. I used about 4, but use more if you want to. I got them at like my local grocery store. And I'm just gonna go ahead and like chop up the top and then remove all the seeds, just because I don't know how hot they can get. I heard that they go really hot, so don't do that to yourself. Don't be burning your mouth over here. Okay, so then I wash them and then I just like chop them up like so, because you just want it to be small enough so it could blend properly, right? Like, you don't want them like too big. Then go ahead and put that in a blender, and you just add some basil, a spoonful of like minced garlic, and 2 spoonfuls of like olive oil, as you can see right now. Then you're gonna go ahead and get started with your saucepan. Heat up some olive oil or avocado oil, whatever you have, and then put together the potatoes that you're gonna like prepared earlier on, and then the carrots. Put them all together and allow it to cook. And at this point, you're just like stirring it, so make sure you stay there so that nothing like burns. Just stirring it, making sure that everything is mixing well. So like, yeah, as far as the shoes, I was just kind of like confused, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily confused, I feel like I just had like questions. And now you're gonna go ahead and add those peppers and onions. It's best to use a bigger saucepan just because it allows you like a little bit more moving room, but this is what I had. Yeah, like at which point do we kind of draw the line, right? Like, is there a difference between just
weird, practices versus like, somebody's actually trying to like explore their creativity and just like, push the line a little bit, because that is what the work of artists is all about, right? Like you wanna push, certain that thing actually just fell. Put it right back there and continue mixing. But like, yeah, do you want to push certain status quo, like, challenge certain things, so like, just move the culture forward? Or are we just then being weird? Because I feel like blood, for me at least, it's a no. It's a no for me as far as the blood. I just don't know a world in which I'm okay with blood being in shoes. But let me know what you think in the comments. And right about now, we're gonna be putting a little bit of paprika. I just like sprinkled a little bit. But if you need like measurements about just like, a spoonful, just because people like the paprika differently. If you're somebody that likes a little bit of a kick, that's you. If not, then just keep it pushing, sis. Like you do what you gotta do. And salt, just a little bit of salt, put it to taste, because obviously we avoid too much salt. So just put salt however way you like your salt to be, right? A lot of the seasoning that I like to use are like salt free, and that's just like the lemon pepper. It just gives a little bit of a kick, a little bit of je ne sais quoi, and I just did a little bit, nothing too crazy. So go ahead and do that, and you continue stirring it, right? Like you don't want anything to burn. And shout out to this, like, saucepan, because baby, it did its own thing. Like it didn't burn anything. Everything was cooking just fine, okay? Anyway, what was I saying? I feel like, because then I'm weird too, because I started thinking about like, how, what could we have used that blood for? You know what I'm saying? First of all, whose blood was it? You know what I'm saying? That we put in shoes. And then I'm thinking, like, could that blood have been used to, like, help somebody? I don't know. I've been thinking about these things like that. Anyways, go ahead and add, your mixture that you blended from earlier. And by the way, this little mix cooked for about like 10-15 minutes, and I was just like stirring it because it is potatoes. You don't want to rush it. And then I added this mixture, and it was like, oh, so creamy, so delicious. The garlic definitely helped give it a flavor, and we just got everything in there. And at this point, I just kept stirring it, and I cooked it for about 5 to 7 more minutes, just to allow it to just, blend really, really well. Yeah, just continue stirring, and like, I don't know. For me, it's just kind of like, blood and shoes should not go together, right? Like I know we're saying like, bloody shoes and whatnot, but I just feel like, okay, maybe we were not that serious, you know? That's kind of like where I'm at, But then again, there's the part where like he's an artist, or not just him, Lil Nas, but like there's other people that were involved in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they allowed to be like artistic, Are they allowed to like, I guess, you know, challenge us? Because if I'm being honest now, we're talking about it. So did they do their job as an artist? So just kind of like provoke conversation. Anyway, that's what it should look like when it's almost like done. And now we're gonna be moving towards the actual putting it together. So go ahead and get your tortilla, put our mix on top, add you those cheese. We have the almond and then the Daya cheese. You should see in the video already. And then you're gonna fold it together, and then get your panini press and just, put those bad boys in there. Start it on low and then move it to medium depending on what you feel like it needs. But like, yeah, those are my thoughts. Like, let me know what you think. I'm just a little bit like I said, it's a no for me. I feel like, there should be like a line, but at the same time, like I don't want to put restrictions on people. By the way, look at that melt, right? Look at how good it looks. There you have it. Put some lemon and a little bit of, what was that? That was a little bit of parsley, and voila, there you have it.
Alright, out there you have it, some hash brown quesadillas. If you did enjoy it and you end up making it, please go ahead and tag us on our IG page, which is at that_fitness with double T's. Okay, I would really, really love, to see you like recreating some of these dishes. And please go ahead and let us know in the comments below, like, what do you think as far as like this whole bloody shoe situation, like literally bloody shoes. How do you feel about it? Should we have like, I guess, guidelines to how far artists can go, or should we just like, let artists be artists and like explore their artistry like as far as they want to go? You know what I'm saying? So please let us know in the comments comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends if you like it, and even if you didn't like it, share it all the same. Chances are the people you know have better taste than you. Okay, I'm done with this video. I'll see you on the next one, and if you want to see it, it's right here. Go ahead, click it. Bye, I'll see you on the next one.